On today's Technobabble, my review of this. Well, you can't actually see it. Let me hold up the box instead. The Point Source Audio Embrace microphone.
This is Tech No Babble, your weekly source for church video and graphics news, perspectives, tips, and tricks. And now here's your host, Paul Clifford.
Hi, and welcome again to Technobabble. This is the show where every week I help you with video and graphic design for your church. My name is Paul Allen Clifford. So, you might have noticed that I've reviewed a couple of products from one company in specific, that's Point Source Audio, and that's a result of, for some reason, I wrote an article reviewing one of their products, they liked it, and so anytime I ask them for something, they send me a review unit. So, just as I reviewed one of their headsets for comms units, I heard that there were some people in the church, just church, capital C church, the Church Universal, that were curious about the Point Source Audio Embrace mic. So when I heard about it, I thought, well, I'll reach out to them and see if they could get me a review unit, and that's exactly what they did. And I'm wearing it right now. In fact, you're hearing me through it. Now, I will say that there is a little bit of a problem because I'm using a very inexpensive wireless microphone. It's actually an Audio-Technica. This is, well, the transmitter is the ATW 701 UHF transmitter. So I should be getting fairly clear sound, but I don't have it dialed in right now. It's a fairly new to me microphone. So all that to say, I'm fairly pleased with it. Now, I had this microphone that attaches to these remote transmitters has a couple of configurations. So let me switch over to my other microphone, which is a wired Audio-Technica, because I'm paying for everything that you see here, so I keep low budget, and we'll go from there. And you can also compare the difference between these two. Okay, so now you're hearing me on the microphone I was using up until I got this. So that is located, it's a lav, located right at my t-shirt collar. So let me remove this and I'll show it to you. So, thread this past my headphone and disconnect it. Okay, so this of course is a flesh-colored microphone. They make them in 3 different colors. Brown for people that don't have problem with sunburns. Lucky. This beige color for those of us who have lighter skin, and then there's a black for, just if you wear glasses, it hides behind the glasses, stuff like that. So the cable on this is a pretty small cable, I'd say 2 millimeters, something like that. When my church first went to a Countryman E6 for the pastor, which we've since changed to a different model, I can't remember which one. The cable that came with it was too thick and caused problems. So that's why I say that this is a nice, very flexible cable. It comes with, of course, a clip so that you can clip it to the back of your shirt. This configuration that you're seeing right here on the screen is the configuration for if you want to hide the microphone. So this is really great for dramas, for stage presentations. Personally, I like it a little bit better, but there is another configuration. So they sent me this one pre-trimmed so that I wouldn't mess with the demo unit. Makes perfect sense to me. And what you do is there's a little channel along the back here that you can weave the actual microphone itself through. Now, you get, with the kit, you get 2 of these guys, which are the full size. You can trim these to make them like the one I just showed you. One for your left ear, one for the right ear, so you can choose. And since they have this channel along the back, you can choose exactly how you want to run the cable. But with it in its untrimmed configuration, it becomes a boom microphone. So once I get this hooked on, I will shut off my lavalier and we'll listen to it in the boom configuration. Okay, again, you're hearing a little background. I think that that's just RF interference, or maybe it's just the quality of the transmitter pack that I'm using, getting very inexpensive. But with this in the boom configuration, you can see that it looks very similar to a Countryman E6. So it's a perfectly acceptable way of doing this, and I really like it. I really like how it's flexible. I really like, with the trimmed configuration, you can basically hide it. It's very difficult to see. I've been using it for a few weeks on these videos, and quite frankly, the first time I watched one of the videos, I couldn't see it at all. And I knew I was wearing it. So there might be some people that are thinking, oh, did Paul switch to a shotgun mic over his head or something like that? Absolutely, you could make that mistake. And if you hide the cable, I, of course, didn't right here, but it's trivial to do, to hide the cable under your clothing so that it's really difficult to see. I think you get a little bit better sound with the boom closer to your mouth, as I'm wearing it right now, than if you wear it in the other configuration with the boom up towards the top of your ear. But I think that the sound is negligible in its difference. So I think I would do it based on what your needs. If you need the mic to be hidden, wear it in the first configuration. If you need the mic to be to get slightly better sound, maybe slightly higher gain, because of course this is much closer to my mouth than it is up at the top of my ear, then go with that. One advantage is that when you get the box, it comes with not one, but 2 of these. So there's the one I'm wearing on my left ear, which if you're watching the video, it's on your right. And then there's another that is the right-eared version. So you could theoretically trim one and have it for the hidden use, and then keep the other and have it as a boom microphone. But either way, I think that you'll get really good sound. One thing that I really do like about this, and it could be that over time you'll have a problem with wear with this. Here, I'm going to hold up the transmitter. You'll notice that the transmitter has the connector that plugs into the belt pack here. And coming off from that is a short dongle, and that has a little screw type connector that can then connect to the microphone itself. So in this situation, because we're talking about a microphone with an MSRP of a few $100s, you might want to, depending on where you're using it in your church building, maybe the children's ministry has Audio-Technica microphones, but the main sanctuary has Shure, for example. That's the way that it is at our church. If that's the case, it could be that you would want to switch out that connector so the pastor could have the same mic in both locations, but just switch out the connector and the bell pack and you'd be good to go. So that's another benefit. I don't know that they currently sell these connectors, but I bet that they will. So just keep an eye out to that, because if they do, that provides even more flexibility so that you can just buy the connector, swap it out as you need to, and not have to worry about it. Also, of course, if you have two wireless systems, you could have the mic follow the person using it, and the connector that connects to the pack and the pack itself stay in each location, and so that's another added benefit. I'll leave a link to where you can pick this up in the show notes, so I hope that that's helpful to you. If you like this content, you'd probably like my email newsletter, so head on over to trinitydigitalmedia.com/newsletter and pick up your free copy today. Until next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford with trinitydigitalmedia.com. Go out and change eternity.